Hey guys, Phantom here, and I just want to get this first part out of the way really quick because I went on a little bit too long last time and say I know this is kind of ironic because last time I uploaded a scheduled video saying that I would upload weekly, which isn't going to happen because of school, but I will try and upload more frequently, I promise. And yeah, so today we're going to be discussing Halo Infinite's multiplayer. And we're not going to be talking about customization or any of that stuff today. We're going to save that for a later date. Today we're going to be talking about more of the key gameplay aspects, Forge, map design, movement, weapon balancing, all that kind of stuff, and save campaign, and all that good stuff for separate videos that I will hopefully be uploading throughout this month and next month. Before we get into today's video, I just would like to say that you can join me and RoyalZLite24's Discord server, Halo CKS, in the description, where we can talk about video games, play video games together, and also you can join our Xbox Club, seeing as, well, that's where Halo is currently at the moment, and you can join that, which is also Halo CKS. As well, we'll accept your request to join, and you can play some Halo with us, talk about Halo, talk about RVB, and all that good stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into today's topics. Now, Halo's multiplayer is a big point of controversy, I guess I could say, or conflict within Halo's fan base. Of course, you have the fans like me, who are more a fan of classic Halo gameplay, like Halo 3, and people that are more akin to Halo 4 and 5. And you can't really strike a balance between those two, but you can try as hard as you can. And really, the main key issues regarding gameplay are movement, Spartan abilities, weapon balancing, map design, and Forge. Those are the biggest aspects of Halo's multiplayer that need to be reformed, need to be tweaked a little bit, just so we can try and make everyone happy, and also still be able to be a part of esports, as 343 is going to once again, just like Halo 5, make Halo Infinite a very big part of esports, just like Halo 5 was. So, the first thing we're going to be talking about is movement. So, movement is definitely one of the bigger dividing factors among the Halo fanbase. Some like sprint, some hate sprint, some like the new Spartan abilities and enhanced mobility, some hate it, and well, I think I've come up with a pretty good balance, but then some newer Halo fans and older Halo fans, might not like it, but I hope with these things I'm about to say that maybe we can all find a middle ground. So first off, I know it's going to sound like I'm going to remove a lot, but just listen to me, and I have what I think are some pretty interesting ideas that I got and want to expand on from other videos and ideas that I came up with. So first of all, we're going to remove ground pound, remove sliding, remove clamber, and remove Spartan charge. Those things definitely do not belong in Halo. Next, we're going to remove thrusters for now. As for the base player, remove thrusters. But don't worry, I'll kind of bring them back a little bit later. Also, remove sprint. And that'll make a lot of classic fans happy, but increase movement speed. Not to Doom 2016 levels, but Doom 2016 didn't need sprint to be a good game, and it turned out pretty great. And I think if we just increase the movement speed of our Spartans by just a little bit, maybe 5%, 10%, that'll completely change it up, keep the game fast-paced, intense for esports, while eliminating sprint and not being able to shoot while you're moving. So next, we're going to kind of add thrusters back in a way, and other parts and kind of enhanced mobility things and equipment. So what I have an idea for is that we can take thrusters, take jetpack, take bubble shield, take the regenerator and the shield degenerator thing from Halo 3 along with the gravity lift, and we can do a kind of Halo Reach-esque but more akin to Halo 3's equipment system. And how this would work is, say, you'd run around a map and you'd pick up a jetpack. Well, instead of you being able to have that jetpack for the entire time, or being spawned in with that jetpack that you can use the entire time, this jetpack can run out of fuel, which means that it's a limited use. You cannot use it for the entire map and gain a advantage for too long. Like Halo 3's equipment that was only a one use and then you had to find more, the jetpack would have limited fuel. Same with the thrusters. The thrusters in Halo 4 were equipment like Reach, and that can be used again in Infinite, to where you can thrust for a certain amount of times, maybe say 3 or 4 times before you run out and you have to find a new one on the map. Same for the bubble shield. The bubble shield and regenerator and all that stuff would be like Halo 3, where it's a one-time use, then you have to find a new piece of equipment, and I think that would kind of fix the equipment system from Halo 3 while also adding mechanics and kind of more enhanced mobility mechanics, while trying to please the classic and newer fans by still having it in there but changing it up a bit and making it more balanced and a little bit less harsh. So now we move on to Halo Infinite's weapons. So first of all, modify them from Halo 5 visually. Don't completely rework them. I actually came up with a couple new designs. Of course, I'm not a pro Photoshop guy, but I made a couple new designs of what I think they could modify the Halo 5 models to look like. I got that inspiration from Mr. Macho, and that's what I think they could look like. But the Promethean weapons do need a complete overhaul, just in look, and I think they should be more Forerunner looking and be more silver and blue, and this could actually make sense canonically, as Cortana is now the leader over the Prometheans, so maybe she could redesign them. And of course, I think the Promethean weapon should be more energy based. But now that we got the visual out of the way, we're gonna move on to the actual gameplay and balancing of the weapons. So first of all, there are so many good weapons in Halo, and so many weapons that Halo Infinite could bring back, and I think there are a couple weapons that it does definitely need to remove though. I think it needs to remove the Hydra Launcher, the Plasma Caster, and Storm Rifle, and especially the Storm Rifle, as it is a replacement for the Plasma Rifle, which is a classic Halo weapon that never should have been tweaked and never should have been messed with, and it should come back. And with the Plasma Rifle, there would be no reason to have the Storm Rifle, as they serve the same purpose and all of that. No more Storm Rifle, no more Plasma Caster, and no more Hydra Launcher. Also, speaking of weapons I'd like to add back in, maybe add back in the Brute Shot, the Spiker, and I was very surprised that this wasn't in Halo 5, but add back the Sticky Detonator. If there was one weapon, besides the Saw and Railgun, that Halo 4 introduced to Halo that was awesome and really fun to play around with, it was the Sticky Detonator. Sticky Ball, oh my lord, it was so much fun. I cannot explain how much fun I've had with that game mode, and just the uniqueness of the Sticky Detonator. It should be brought back. It was so cool. I'm surprised that it wasn't in Halo 5. Now, speaking of how the weapons, moving on to how the weapons function, however, make them projectile instead of hit scan. That's definitely something that people have been agreeing on and wanting to change for a while. And projectile would mean higher skill gap, more skilled players, and yeah, if you're wondering what the difference between a projectile-based hit system and hit scan is basically aim assist, where if you aim your gun close enough to someone, it'll assist your aim, and it will make your gun line up right with them. Instead, projectile-based system, which was used in Halo 3, you have to shoot the person first, then it will lock on to your target, which would definitely increase the skill gap and make the gameplay a little bit more fun. Also, I know this is going to be a bit controversial, maybe, well, for Halo at least. I think they should keep aiming down the sights, but wait. I see you classic fans getting all riled up and stuff like that. What I think they should do for aiming down the sights is for the weapons with scopes, like the battle rifle, the sniper, the DMR, those kind of weapons should be aimed down the scope, more like traditional Halo. I don't think they ever should have had aiming down the sights with the battle rifle at all, but they can have aiming down the sights with the Magnum, SMG, assault rifle, those kind of weapons that don't have scopes. I think that would be fine as long as aiming down the sights doesn't increase your accuracy, but it's just to enhance your aim and get a little bit more control over your aim. Next, we're going to be talking about map design, which is a way bigger issue than I think most people realize in the Halo community. But Halo 4 and 5's maps have been very lackluster and unmemorable. Now, if you think back to the more classic Halos, like Halo 3, for example, think about what made those maps so special, what made them so unique. And that was your interaction with the map. With Halo 5 now, the maps have been completely reworked and are definitely a lot less clever, and there's a lot less interaction with the map itself, which I think definitely takes away from the gameplay and fun as a whole. And there are like no memorable maps from Halo 4 or 5 that I can think of, whereas Halo 3, Last Resort, Sand Trap, definitely Sand Trap, Valhalla, Halo CE, Blood Gulch, Halo 2, Zanzibar, and High Noon. Maps like those, and they're all so special because of the interaction in the map and the lore behind those maps. They're just extremely interesting. And that is definitely what causes Halo 5's multiplayer to be a little less fun than it used to be, is the maps, not as much thought is being put into the maps as there used to be. And definitely for Halo Infinite, they need to bring back these specific map features that they had in older Halo games, like elephants, like the doors that you can interact with on Last Resort, and the bridge. Just simple things like those that make you interact more with the map and with your environment, and just overall make the gameplay a little bit more fun. And definitely they should make bigger maps for BTB. And finally, we're going to be talking a little bit about Forge. Now, I don't have much to say about Forge because Halo 5's Forge was definitely the best Forge in the series, but the only gripes or complaints I have with it is add a more classic control scheme. You can keep the new control scheme, but definitely something that drove me away from Halo 5's Forge a little bit was the completely different control scheme. And I think it would be awesome for a lot of players to have that more classic Halo control scheme, and I think it would just be really cool to see that again, and have that as an alternative rather than being forced to stick with the new Forge controls, which can get a little bit confusing. Also, add spawnable AI, and I think now, especially, that Halo and Doom are kind of becoming competitors now a little bit, And I think what another thing Halo should take from Doom, besides the enhanced movement and faster movement speed, is add a Doom 2016 like level creator. And I think that would add a lot of interesting elements to Halo, and it would be very cool for the Forge community to get a hold of and create their own levels within Halo, and I think that would be awesome and very, very, very cool. Also, really quick, something I forgot to mention, bring back playable elites. There is no reason playable elites should not be in Halo Infinite. People want them, put them in. They don't have to be in ranked playlists for esports purposes, but bring them back. And also, while you're at it, why not bring back Invasion 2, which was super, super fun. So, bring back elites and Invasion, do it. There's no reason not to have them in there. You don't have to have them in ranked. Put them back in. That pretty much sums it up, and those are pretty much the things that I just wanted to say about Halo Infinite's multiplayer as far as where I think it should go in terms of direction, and how I think that we can best kind of find a middle ground and kind of work in the esports world, the new fans as well as the classic fans, and make them all happy with this new multiplayer that combines aspects of Halo from all across the Halo series. So next, I'm probably going to be talking about Halo Infinite's campaign as far as level design and artwork and customization. Definitely have a lot of ideas on customization, and also some other video projects like a map showcase coming soon. So definitely a lot of stuff that I've planned for the future, and so yeah, all the more reason for you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to be notified upon release of my next video, which will hopefully be soon, and I will hope to see you soon.